It is Spence and Fat Kid, and we are joined by Jacoby lead singer Papa Roach. How you doing, buddy?
No, I'm doing great, man. I'm just kicking here at the Where Am I shoots. So I'm in Portland at the arena watching everybody set up the gear, putting the lights up, doing the deal right now, just chilling.
Well, we're getting ready to rock a week from now at the Alltel Center with you guys. We have about 6,000 tickets sold. It's going to be crazy in there. Tell me about the tour, and tell me about Metamorphosis. When is that thing going to be out?
Well, I mean, as far as the tour goes, this tour's great. I mean, you know, we went on Crew Fest, had a blast. You know, we went and did a tour with Stain and Seether, and now we're on this tour with Saving Abel, Buck Cherry, Avenged Sevenfold, and this tour is freaking great. And, you know, the crowds are awesome. The houses are packed, coming out early. You know, they're just going off. The vibe is killer from beginning to end. And then, you know, by the time March 24th rolls around, like in the last 6 months, we'll have played in front of like 1 million people live, which is killer for us, you know. And as far as the record goes, you know, like I said, it's coming out March 24th.
Beautiful.
Metamorphosis is, it lives up to its title. You know what I'm saying? Like it's, we in the process of making this record, we got a new drummer, you know, which was a change for us, you know. And I think for us, evolution is always key. That's what's helped us maintain our relevance as a rock and roll band, you know?
We're talking with Jacoby Shaddix from Papa Roach. I've seen that you've said that the rapping is all gone on this new album. What made you do that?
For me, it's just like I want to prove myself as a valid rock and roll singer. You know what I'm saying? It's like when we came with Last Resort, it was like we had a rap metal classic, and we were just at a point in our career where like, well, how do we top that? You know, we can't. You can't. You got to evolve, you know, you got to progress, you know, and over the last, you know, 4 records is our 5th major label record. You know, 4 records are really just trying to prove ourselves as a real rock and roll band with staying power, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. You know what, this summer I was on YouTube and I came across this video. It's for JVC Mobile Video. It's you and Josh Todd sitting in a car with all these hot chicks all over the place. How lucky are you?
Oh, that was a blast, man. That was a really fun. That was a real fun shoot, man.
I can imagine.
I mean, and it was hilarious, man. We were sitting in. It took, I think it was like a 2-day shoot, and I mean, seriously, me and Josh Todd sitting in that car for 2 days straight really got to know each other. It was just like we had a freaking blast. I mean, we took it back to childhood. We were just talking, you know, just telling stories, and you know, really just got to know each other pretty well doing that. And we've done multiple tours together, and I got a lot of respect and a lot of love for Buck Cherry.
Yeah, you know, we had Josh Todd on a week ago, and he said on the air with us, he goes, I would love to do a side project with you, Jacoby, and Papa Roach.
We actually, we were talking smack. We did a tour. We were like, we should do a side project and call it Papa Cherry.
That's kind of wrong,
baby.
but that's funny. That's good stuff. I want to ask you about working with Mick Mars on the new album. Now, I saw the whole thing when Motley Crue came back. Mick Mars looked like Skeletor. He looked half dead, but he still rocks. How was he in the studio?
Oh, he's great. I mean, we went out on tour, and, you know, the record was probably about 3/4 done before we went out on Crew Fest, so we had to finish the record on the road. And, you know, I started hanging out with Mick and just, you know, talking rock and roll and talking, you know, the history of Motley Crue, and, you know, he just told me about how he got into music and stuff like that. And we were going into the studio one day, and I was just like, hey, man, you want to come to the studio and lay down the lead guitar solo? He's like, are you serious? And, you know, then we proceeded to bring his ass to the studio, and he just laid it down. And it was like one of those moments for me where I just had to, like, pinch myself and go, this is really happening. Like, this is real. Mick Mars is in the studio laying it down on a P. Roach track. And for us, that was just like, you know, a dream come true.
Yeah, Mick Mars doesn't look like a whole lot, but he still rocks. I've seen them live, and he's unbelievable.
Oh, yeah, man. His hands just bring it, you know. There's something about that guy. He's one of the best rock and roll guitar players out.
Well, I have to say, I saw you back in 2001 in Dalton, Georgia, with Alien Ant Farm and Darwin's Waiting Room, and it was one of the best shows I've ever seen. I've been a big fan of Papa Roach ever since then, and I know we're looking forward we're looking forward to seeing a great show here with you guys and Buck Cherry and Avenged Sevenfold. It's going to be huge. And I read a story. I read a story on Wikipedia, so I don't know if it's necessarily true, but it says that when Warner Brothers came to you guys, asked for a demo, and then turned you down because they said you didn't have any musical talent. Is that true?
Pretty much. I mean, we got a demo deal with them. We went in and we recorded Last Resort, Broken Home, She Loves Me Not, Angels and Insects. And in the process of that, the A&R got fired, and we took those demos to Warner Brothers, and they were like, "No, we're going to pass. We don't think these are hit songs," And then we got picked up by DreamWorks, fortunately, And when we got passed on by Warner Brothers, we were just like, it was just kind of one of those moments where we're like, "Is this over? Is this is this really going to happen?" And then then we got signed to DreamWorks, and then it was the 7-year overnight success, as we like to call it.
What kind of advice would you give to a local kid? Because it seems like once Warner Brothers turns you down after asking for a demo, it seems like the whole world's ending. What kept you going forward?
Just my straight conviction and passion towards what I do. I mean, I love this. I could never foresee my life without this, without music, without making music, regardless if I'm on stage in front of thousands of people or if I'm sitting in my room at my house making music. It's just it's my calling, and that's like I'm really blessed to have that, and any advice to anybody out there, it's like, be willing to starve, be willing to go through hell, be willing to have people tell you that you're never going to make it, and be willing to survive that. And if you can deal with that, you might be all right. And throw a little luck in there, too,
Absolutely. Thank you very much for your time, Jacoby. We are going to rock the hell out of Mankato 1 week from tonight.
Oh, yes. It's going to be off the frickin' chain, guaranteed.
Buck Cherry, Papa Roach, Avenged Sevenfold, and Throw the Fight going to be in town. Have a great tour. We'll see you next week, all right? Thanks, buddy.
Right on, man. Y'all take care.